Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about having a Scorpio Sun in a natal chart. Now, first off, is when I first started my YouTube astrology series channel, I should say. The thing is, I did a series on the sun signs. The videos were a little bit concise, and some people may have actually referred to them as snappy. But so what I decided to do is make another series on the sun signs and make them a little bit longer and more descriptive than the previous ones. So anyway, first thing up is, well, as far as the sun goes in astrology, the sun is connected with our basic fundamental character, and having Sun in Scorpio, that basic character can be very intense, willful, suspicious, skeptical, quick-witted, and resourceful. Also very secretive. Scorpio people often conceal a lot of their private information, and even those that they're close with, they may hold back more than you would think. Um, Scorpio Sun people, as far as the basic character goes, can also be resourceful, but yet controlling. Um, Also, too, can become obsessive with things. They have very good, powers of concentration, and sometimes they will focus too much on one particular thing, though, and they can be very probing as well, and incisive. Scorpio, some people can also be, sarcastic, caustic, but also at the same time, in negative manifestations, some Scorpio, some people can actually be vengeful and vindictive, um, and jealous and manipulative. They could be very relentless when they are going after something. That is part of the reason I would say Scorpio people often can make very good people in law enforcement, people that fight crime and corruption. Now, the next thing up, the sun in astrology is also connected with our focus. So for Scorpio sun people, that focus can be on shared resources, um, matters of support, whether it's emotional, moral, or monetary support given and received, and at the same time transformation, whether it can be the transformation of oneself, or it may be transforming others' lives, or a work situation, whatever it may be. A Another thing too is that it's also, there could be a focus on crisis situations, and acting very quickly upon them. It's interesting that, as many of you may know, Scorpio is the opposite sign of Taurus, and Scorpio just, a lot of times, they want to take action quickly because they may think nothing will happen if they don't do something right away. And Taurus is just, the antithesis of that. And Taurus is kind of, lays back for a while, and he becomes complacent and relaxed in the situation. It might take a long time to actually take action on a matter. Now, another thing too is that as far as the focus for Scorpio Sun people may go, it could also be on matters of power and control. They will rule in their own way. It may be in quiet way, but they still will often do that. And it's also about the focus for Scorpio people may be about going beyond subterfuge and superficiality, going beyond facades, and people often put on their fake friendly smiles, and Scorpio people can often see right through that. And also, though, Scorpio being, Scorpio can often focus on the dark side of a matter. Keep in mind that Scorpio, even though it's a powerful sign, it is a feminine sign, so it inclines toward being more negative as opposed to positive. The sun in astrology is also associated with our drive and our motivation. So, for Scorpio Sun people, the drive and motivation may be tied into investigating matters, You know, they love to get to the bottom of things, enamored with investigating mysteries, and also about transformation. Again, making a major change or transformation. It's interesting that even though Scorpio is a fixed sign, they are connected with transformation, which is about making a major change or transition. And the thing about to it drives Scorpio as well, Sun and Scorpio people, can be about rebirth and regeneration. It could be whether it's resurrecting a business or whatever it might be. They're about revival and also empowering others. It could be just simply transforming other people's lives. In some negative manifestation, though, it could be about revenge. Sometimes when you take a very negative Scorpio person and it's manifesting the negative qualities of the sign, the drive and motivation sadly could be about vengeance and getting the person back in some way, shape, or form. Now, another thing too is that the sun in astrology is connected with could be how or we shine, what we may shine in. And the thing is, having a Scorpio sun, the person they shine, it could be in doing something of an extreme nature. It could just simply be like extreme sports or something, doing something, going to the extremes in some matter. Um, it could also be, again, going back to transformation, making a major change. It could also be, something. Um, with for another thing could be too is the investigation, and also just doing something where we're being resilient, bouncing back from adversity, and the person may stand out in being able to do this. It could be resurrecting a business, resurrection, in a business or in the life of the person. And it could be as far as specific, fields or professions connected with Scorpio. It could also be something like recycling, insurance, some tax examination, working as a coroner, mortician, law enforcement investigation, anything that could be locksmithing, anything connected with the zodiac sign Scorpio. The sun in astrology is also connected with one's life, and the life of Scorpio sadly can often be crisis filled. Um, my mom had her sun in Scorpio, and it seemed like she was embroiled in one crisis after another. She also had her Pluto in the first house, which certainly didn't help matters. And to top it off, she had her Sun square Pluto in her chart, and just made her life, to say that it was crisis ridden would probably be a vast understatement. And also, too, the life of Scorpio can be fighting that perpetual battle, always embroiled in some kind of issue with somebody or something, but also a life of resiliency, bouncing back from adversity. Um, and also the life can be tumultuous, and but it can also be a life where one empowers others and helps others attain great heights in their life. And but the life may also be one where the person desires, wants certain control and power in it, and a life that one person may live with a lot of passion and emotional intensity. Well, the sun in astrology is also connected with the physical body to some degree, because you have to keep in mind the ascendant is what dominates the appearance of physical body, but the sun can play a role in that as well. Now, as far as the physical body goes for Scorpio, it's often about medium height, middle stature, brownish hair. Um, could often be a stocky or strong, stocky build, sometimes slender but wiry and muscular, and the face can often be like a squarish or rectangular type of shape. But the thing too is, keep in mind for contraindicators and modifying influences in the chart. Somebody with a Scorpio sun, or let's say their rising sign is Gemini, might maybe taller than average height. Um, As far as the body parts connected with Scorpio, Scorpio Sun people may have issues with the colon, the prostate, the bladder, the urinary tract, or reproductive system. Also, too, the Sun astrology is connected with the biological father and children. So people that have the Sun in Scorpio, the biological father and children may be Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or ones that simply embody Scorpio characteristics. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.